When Jimin, one of BTS's most beloved members, appeared in public with a shocking new look, the entertainment world seemed to pause for a moment. His signature dark hair had suddenly turned platinum blonde. What seemed like a simple transformation instantly fueled massive speculation among fans and media alike. ARMY, the devoted fandom of BTS, flooded social media with reactions ranging from awe and admiration to curiosity and suspicion. Was this just a casual change in style? Or could it be a hidden clue pointing to something bigger? BTS's long-awaited comeback after military service. In the world of K-pop, especially with idols of BTS's caliber, visual changes rarely happen without a reason. Hair colors, fashion choices, and even the smallest accessories are often seen as teasers for new projects, whether a music release, a new album, or a world tour. That's why when Jimin, known for his careful, deliberate moves, appeared with blonde hair, it didn't take long for fans to connect the dots to the anticipated BTS reunion. International media quickly picked up on the frenzy. Outlets like India Times and Times of India wrote special articles analyzing how Jimin's hair color could signal BTS's comeback plans. On Twitter X, hashtags like #BlondeJimin, #JiminBack, and #BTS 2026 dominated global trending topics within hours. This once again proved Jimin's power not only as a BTS member but as a global pop culture icon. What made the moment even more striking was the timing. BTS had just crossed a major milestone. All members had finally completed their mandatory military service. Fans already knew that an album and world tour were scheduled for 2026. With Jimin's blonde hair, many ARMY felt it was the first signal, almost like a whispered message from him. Get ready, something big is coming. For fans, Jimin's look carried deeper meaning. Blonde hair wasn't new to him. He had sported the color during some of BTS's most iconic eras, like Blood, Sweat and Tears in 2016 and DNA in 2017. Both eras were remembered for groundbreaking artistry and success. So seeing him return to blonde felt symbolic, almost like a promise that BTS's next chapter could be just as monumental. Theories only grew stronger when other members also dropped subtle hints. Jungkook was seen practicing more frequently in the studio. RM teased an upcoming new era in cryptic posts, while V and Suga remained silent, which only deepened the mystery. For ARMY, it became crystal clear. Jimin's hair wasn't just a style change. It was a carefully placed breadcrumb on the path to BTS's grand return. The moment Jimin's blonde photos surfaced online, the internet erupted. Fans worldwide created edits, fan art, and countless videos celebrating his look. On X, #BlondeJimin surpassed 5 million tweets in just 12 hours. On TikTok, reaction videos went viral, amassing millions of views. Even luxury fashion brands jumped into the trend, posting subtle nods to Jimin's new hair. Interestingly, it wasn't just longtime fans who reacted. Casual netizens and even those unfamiliar with K-pop joined the conversation, largely because global outlets like Billboard and CNN Entertainment reported on the change. For many newcomers, the question was simple yet telling. Who is Jimin, and why is his hair color making headlines worldwide? To ARMY, the answer was obvious. BTS had long been masters at embedding hidden messages through their aesthetics. Jimin's blonde hair was instantly interpreted as a secret code, perhaps the first clue to the comeback puzzle. This wasn't the first time Jimin rocked blonde hair. In 2016's Blood, Sweat and Tears, his blonde locks became emblematic of the group's artistic and sensual imagery. A year later, during DNA, he went blonde again, radiating youthful charm and cementing his status as a standout visual in BTS. Because of this history, fans saw his new blonde look as more than just a style choice. For ARMY, every time Jimin went blonde, it marked a defining era in BTS's career. That history made the 2025 transformation feel like a deliberate callback, and a signal that BTS was preparing for another groundbreaking era. BTS had already announced plans to release a new album in spring 2026, their first after military service. With Jimin's hair change, speculation skyrocketed about the possible theme. Many fans predicted a bright, explosive concept filled with optimism and fresh energy. Music critics in Korea noted that BTS often used visuals as precursors to musical direction. A blonde Jimin might mean the group is preparing for a more global-friendly sound, possibly pop rock or electronic, one critic from the Korea Herald commented. Fan forums were filled with theories. Some suggested the album could be titled Rebirth, symbolizing the group's return after hiatus. Others thought BTS might revisit their hallmark themes of youth and self-love, messages that continue to resonate worldwide. Mainstream media and luxury brands also reacted swiftly. Vogue Korea published an article titled, "The Return of Blonde Jimin, a Symbol of a New Era." Meanwhile, Billboard speculated that the hair change could be tied to promotional strategies for BTS's comeback. Luxury fashion houses like Dior and Chanel, both of which have collaborated with Jimin, liked his new photos. Industry insiders suggested this could open doors for new global campaigns. Once again, Jimin wasn't just shaping music trends. He was influencing fashion and lifestyle industries worldwide. ARMY is known for its detective-like instincts, and Jimin's blonde hair became a new puzzle. Fans dissected the symbolism in online communities. Some linked the blonde color to the sun, a metaphor for BTS's re-emergence after the dark hiatus. Others argued that Jimin's blonde eras had always coincided with him taking center stage in music videos, meaning he could play a lead role in the upcoming comeback. On Weverse, thousands of fans exchanged theories, sharing photos, past interviews, and side-by-side comparisons of Jimin's blonde eras. The result? A massive collective hype that only fueled expectations for 2026. Whatever BTS does always ripples through the K-pop industry. Reports soon surfaced that several K-pop trainees had dyed their hair blonde, inspired directly by Jimin's look. Korean media dubbed it the blonde effect. Not only idols but everyday people started following the trend. Beauty salons in Seoul even reported increased demand for blonde dye jobs, a phenomenon they credited directly to Jimin's influence. Cultural psychologists also weighed in, noting how idol aesthetics can profoundly affect fans emotionally. Jimin's blonde hair is more than fashion. It represents hope. After years of waiting for BTS's return, fans see this as a tangible sign that a new beginning is near, said a professor at Seoul National University. For ARMY, idols like Jimin are not just entertainers. They are symbols of identity and emotional anchors. That explains why something as simple as hair color can spark optimism on such a massive scale. From Seoul to New York, ARMY celebrated. In Jakarta, local fan bases hosted gatherings to analyze Jimin's new look. In Tokyo, Shibuya, a massive digital billboard played fan-made edits of blonde Jimin. In New York, ARMY organized a flash mob in Times Square with banners reading "Blonde Jimin Comeback." This global reaction reaffirmed BTS's status as more than just a music group. Even without an official confirmation from Big Hit, ARMY's sheer enthusiasm became newsworthy, shaking the entertainment industry worldwide. From a simple hair color change, Jimin managed to capture global attention once again. His blonde hair became more than an aesthetic, it was a signal, a symbol of BTS's impending return. For fans, the move wasn't accidental. It echoed the group's history, hinted at their future, and reassured millions who had been waiting during the military hiatus. Beyond music, Jimin's transformation sparked fashion trends, cultural conversations, and psychological waves of optimism. Now the world waits. The excitement for BTS's 2026 comeback grows louder each day. And standing at the center of it all, with his platinum blonde crown, Jimin leads the charge into what could be BTS's most brilliant era yet. One of the most intriguing aspects of Jimin's sudden blonde transformation was the complete silence from Big Hit Music, BTS's label under HYB. Traditionally, agencies rush to clarify or promote any major change in an idol's appearance. But this time, Big Hit remained silent, offering neither denial nor confirmation about whether the blonde look signaled an official project. For ARMY, this silence was fuel to the fire. The absence of statements only convinced them more that something monumental was being prepared behind closed doors. Entertainment analysts suggested that the agency was deliberately withholding information to amplify suspense. Big Hit knows ARMY better than anyone, said a media strategist in Seoul. They understand that anticipation is part of the BTS formula. By staying quiet, they let the fandom's imagination do the marketing for them. This strategy has historical precedent. In past BTS comebacks, subtle teasers like cryptic social media posts or unexplained aesthetic changes often came weeks before official announcements. Jimin's blonde hair might simply be the first domino in a carefully orchestrated reveal. Looking beyond fandom hype, industry experts argue that Jimin's blonde hair moment demonstrates the unprecedented global power BTS continues to wield. Few artists in history, even outside K-pop, could cause such a stir over something as simple as a hair color change. Cultural critics compared the phenomenon to moments in pop history when artists like Madonna, Michael Jackson, or Beyoncé reinvented their looks to signal new creative eras. But Jimin's impact is multiplied by the digital age, noted a columnist from Rolling Stone. With social media, the image travels instantly across continents. His blonde hair isn't just a Korean pop moment, it's a global pop event. For BTS, this is more than a comeback teaser. It's a reminder of their unmatched position in the music industry. Their hiatus due to military